Good day, everyone. Welcome to GTV Africa News in the Week Review. My name is Atonda Babatunde. Here with me is Aminat, and here is Abigail. Starting with Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, who described the political structure of APC and PDP as stomach infrastructure. Labour Party flag bearer Peter Obi disclosed that the ruling APC has brought more hardship for Nigerians in the last 2 decades, that has made Nigeria to be a consuming nation, that Nigeria has what it takes but lacks leadership, and promised to create new Nigeria if elected 2023. Obi made this assertion during an address at the Labour Party Coalition for Peter Obi Summit at the International Conference Center in Abuja. He urges his supporters to remind the opposition that Nigerian democracy must survive after how many years of suffering. Peter Obi disclosed that his structure is the 100 million poor Nigerians who will come out on election day to fight for their rights. Join me and watch how it happens.
We live in a country where over 15 million of our young people are out of school. Today, the global average for tertiary institution intake is 38%. In the Western world, it's over 50%. In Nigeria, it is 9%. Not even up to a quarter of the global average, and yet they are not in school. They cannot continue. And when people tell you, we live in a country where 200 million people exist only on 4,000 megawatts of electricity. And I tell you how bad it is. The second biggest country in this continent of Africa is South Africa. They generate as much as 50,000 megawatts of electricity, and just last week, the president of South Africa declared emergency on energy, on power generation, and said every citizen can generate up to 100 megawatts of electricity without license. They declared emergency. They already generate 50,000. They declared emergency, and people who are generating only 4,000, no emergency. Egypt is number 3. Egypt generates about over 50,000 megawatts of electricity. And when you ask, people will say, we have no money. We've been doing and practicing democracy for the past 24 years.
To analyze, Amina, what do you say about Peter Obi's comment on stomach infrastructure?
He has made it clear, and he has said it publicly. And he seems practical in whatever he is saying. For me, he sounds ready and practical, but how sure are we he will deliver for us? Because normally they will come with this story for you. You end up voting for them, and you will not see anything tangible to talk about. He said he is going to make 100 poor people to come back to maybe to be stable in their lifestyle, because the country is so poor that you don't know where to start from. Our economy is so bad. No companies. You roam the street of Abuja, there is no company. So if you are telling us that Obi will come and make it work for us, when will that happen? When will he start? Would 4 years be enough for him? For me, my fingers are just crossed. I hope that will actually work for us because we are looking for the best and for the person that will deliver for us.
Okay. So, Abigail, what do you think about the 100 million poor people and pro Nigerians that Peter Obi is counting on towards 2023 election?
Well, I feel he made mention in his comments that Nigeria is just a country without people, or rather, yeah, because he feels that the leadership is not good enough, because he feel it needs upgrade or probably corruptions and all that. So he's counting on the poor Nigerians to cast vote for him to win election so that he will rule Nigeria better and do better. But yeah, like she rightly said, our fingers are just crossed and we're just hoping that he does the right thing.
Here we have the Middle Belt Congress that called on Senator Kashif Shettima to resign as the APC vice presidential candidate in order to save the party from misfortune at the presidential election 2023. Bilal Muhammad Abdullahi said that the Muslim ticket cannot unite the country, and that is enough reason for Senator Kashim Shettima to reconsider his ambition as vice presidential candidate to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That Kashim Shettima, in his good conscience, admits that his nomination has indeed brought ethnic and religion tension in Nigeria. Speaking at the Middle Belt Congress press conference in Abuja, Mohammed said that the APC action has displayed a religion insensitivity to plurality of Nigerian. However, Bilal Muhammad Abdullahi urges Senator Kashim Shettima to step down as the vice presidential candidate in order to save the party from electoral misfortune. Listen to Bilal Muhammad in this video.
It is succinct to mention that since the nomination of Senator Kashim Shettima as the vice presidential candidate of the APC, the national acceptance of the party had dwindled. The reason is not far-fetched. The APC has, by their action, displayed a religious insensitivity to the plurality of the Nigerian nation. The reasons advanced cannot be substantiated in all ramifications. The Muslim ticket of the APC indeed comes with its attendant political baggage. Suppose the APC as a party is desirous of making any meaningful impact in the 2023 presidential elections. The Middle Belt Congress hold firmly the fact that the nomination of Senator Kashim Shettima has come with its attendant consequences for the APC, and if indeed he truly loved the party, he should spare the APC further national embarrassment by resigning his nomination as the vice presidential candidate. The fact that a Muslim ticket cannot unite the country is enough for Senator Kashim Shettima to reconsider his vice presidential candidature. As a former governor who witnessed one of the bloodiest conflicts in Nigeria, he should know better about the cause of conflict in society. Once again, the ball is in his court to save whatever is left of his image and the reputation of the APC.
As we analyze, Abigail, what do you think about Middle Belt Congress opinion on Kashif Shettima stepping down as a vice presidential candidate to Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
I feel it will be advisable for him to consider it, because I mean, others will feel, yeah, he's doing it because he's a Muslim and they just want Muslim to rule the country and they don't really want Christian in the picture or whatsoever. I feel there should be balance in everything they do. So he should put it into consideration. I think it's advisable.
Aminat, do you think it's good for Kashif Shettima to step down or to continue as a vice presidential candidate?
Babatunde, in everything we have to look at the both side. Sometimes we don't look at the person or his religion, neither his personality, but we should look at what he can deliver. If actually he can deliver, Nigerians deserve more, not to be divided by religion, culture, tribes, tradition. We are more than that. For Nigeria is more than that actually. If for me, if him as a vice president is okay for Nigeria, it's okay. But if it's not, if that will bring tension to the country, I feel he should just resign because Nigerian is more important than than we going through all this because of religion
I mean,
aspects.
definitely, but then to a large extent, you believe with me that so many people will feel they are just doing it because they are Muslim, they don't want Christian in the picture, and so on. So I don't know. He should just put it into consideration. I mean, I earlier said that I should consider, but then put it this way: if you're the one in his shoes, would you really consider going down because you feel it's a Muslim ticket kind of thing?
To me, to be candid with you, I won't step down.
Why?
I know what awaits. You understand?
Okay. Even though you feel there are so many people putting pressure because it's a Muslim ticket, but then what makes you think? Okay, let's take this for an instance. Let's say the aspiring president is a Muslim, then him as a vice president is also a Muslim. How do you feel it's going to put have more impact on Nigerians to really vote for them?
Abigail, to me, religion is not supposed to be something that will create tension in this country. What we need is way forward, how to achieve our aims and goals. Being a Muslim and a Muslim does not mean anything. Okay, if I should ask you this, Aminat, having a Christian and a Christian as a vice president and a president, is that an issue or should that be an issue? I think what we need is way forward. If it is a traditional ruler that will make Nigeria be a great nation, I think we should go for it, not being sentimental. Or what do you think?
Babatunde, well, this fight for Muslim tickets, are you saying, or are we saying that we are having only one party that is maybe Muslim, that has Muslim tickets? If eventually he resigns, would they will they still win the seats?
You're right, because I feel they're not
We
the
still
only
have other
party.
parties.
Yeah,
Why the fight?
that's true.
Why the struggle? And who are those people that are saying he should resign? Who are they? Are they people that we should rely on? Are they people that they are lovers of Nigeria? Are they people that really know what they are doing? So for me, I think we should all put this into consideration. We should not go by maybe people that were sponsored by somebody to just come and like Kashim Shatima resign. For me, we should put some things into consideration and
Okay,
think the
Aminat.
other side.
Another story. Members of Concerned Catholic in Nigeria has called for the suspension of Plateau State Governor Simon Lalung from Catholic Church. President of Concerned Catholic in Nigeria, Dr. Ben Amadu, said that Simon Lalung must consequently tender unreserved apology to Catholics in Nigeria for dragging the Pope in monkey water. That the Concerned Christian in Nigeria condemns such conduct as it is not thoughtful of the stance of the Pope and Catholic Church in Nigeria. Speaking at the Concerned Catholic Press Conference on Nigerian politics, an unprovoked comment by Simon Lalung against the Pope. However, Ben Hamadu called for the suspension of Simon Lalung from the Catholic Church for bringing the church into disrepute.
We are alarmed that Governor Simon Bakola Long would elect to throw caution into the winds by dragging the revered Catholic Church into local politics in Nigeria for whatever it is worth. The reference to the Pope in his statement for accepting to serve as the Director General of the APC Presidential Campaign Council was made in poor taste and a puerile attempt to drag the Catholic Church into a matter that has nothing to do with any bearing with the Pope. We are tempted to believe that Governor Simon Lalung wants to incite religious tension in the country to pitch the Catholic and Protestant communities against each other in an unhealthy debate over the Muslim ticket of the APC. He should not be allowed to trade conflict between the church and the society at large. The desperation of the APC in forcing its Muslim ticket down the throats of Nigerians is alarming. And more curious is the fact that Governor Simon Lalung, a practicing Catholic who is supposed to know that the Catholic Church is not involved in partisan politics, but still went ahead to insinuate that the Pope is in support of his decision, which marks a mockery of the revered Catholic Church in Nigeria and around the world. If he is so important to the Pope to that extent of saying that the Pope approves of his acceptance of this position, he should come out with evidences of how the Pope is involved in taking decisions or approving people's decisions to participate in partisan politics.
Aminat, how do you feel, or what's your reaction on Dr. Ben Amodu saying that Simon Lalung to tender unreserved apology to the Catholics?
Okay, Babatunde, for that, did we actually understood what Solomon Lalung is saying due to the statement? Because some statements, they need to be like, what are you saying? What do you understand by what you are saying? Just because one made comment doesn't mean maybe there are some things that one needs to cross-check before maybe you say he brought the Pope. The Pope is not someone that one will just start playing with now. Yeah. If we are playing politics, we should play politics, but not dragging religion into it.
You're very right.
So I feel like calling Pope into this, it has nothing to do with Solomon Lalung's tendering apology. Because for me, if you actually go back to the speech that, or the arguments or the conversation that's occurred that led to this tendering apology,
maybe something led to though.
Yes, I don't think it deserved the apology, because I didn't see anything wrong in that.
Abigail, what's your reaction on this?
I feel like she rightly said, the church shouldn't really be dragged into this. If there's anything at all, and if they're asking him to apologize, if need be for him to apologize, I feel he should just do it for peace to reign.
And what will happen if he didn't apologize?
Well, I wouldn't really know if they are really offended by his statements or if they are not. Like I said, if there's a need for him to apologize, I feel if they are demanding an apology, then he should really give them an apology.
But to me, it didn't really offend anyone.
That's what we're saying. Maybe something led to him saying that, and they didn't really picture that thing that caused him saying that, and then they're asking for an apology, they feel offended. Then he should give them an apology for peace to reign.
Oh, Baba,
I mean, we are practicing peace in the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or he should come out and clarify what he said. Because, some things, if you just say it in kind of, you don't explain further, people will just maybe interpret you the way they just understood your body language. So you can just come out and maybe clear the air.
Okay, thank you. This on security segment. National Consensus Movement has called on federal government to call Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom to order over army security outfit in the state. While addressing pressmen in Abuja, President of the movement, Comrade Awal Abdullahi, said that the federal government should monitor Benue State Governor in order not to create unwanted crisis in the state. Also, the group called on southern government to treat northerners in their state with dignity, stating that the state will be held responsible to whatever happens to northerners in the south, and promise to stop all food items going into the state.
You are also aware that not too long ago in Benue, the governor commissioned or inaugurated community community guard or something. Community volunteer guards. And the governor has threatened, as a governor, to threaten the peaceful coexistence of a people, threatening to provide them with guns and ammunition, and that threatening to flush a particular tribe. I think that is a dangerous trend, and we are calling on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, call the governor of Benue State to order. What he is about doing, or what he intends to do, is trying to trigger up violence indirectly. We don't know if that governor is an agent of destruction or is working for certain foreign countries that are instigating him to do what he's doing. But as a patriotic citizen, as a chief executive officer of a state, there are things you ought not to do or what you ought not to alter. We are calling on him to retract his statement. There's nothing wrong in providing security of lives and property of citizens of his states. But while doing that, it is also very wrong to identify a particular tribe or a particular clan to say those are the ones he is after. So we are saying that the governor should retract his statement, and also the federal government to watch closely and monitor the activities of the governor and that of the guard he is saying he has just inaugurated, so that such things will not create unwanted crisis in the north. That already we are having challenges, security challenges. He shouldn't add to our security challenges. We should all be our brother's keeper. Have they considered the side implication to their own side, that they are killing, destroying the properties? Have they considered the side effect? They have not. We have done it before. We have stopped this food supply for 4 days. In the last 2 years, we did that. And then we did that with the intention of sending a signal so that our people will not continue to get that humiliation. But it has continued. So we are not going to destroy property. We are not going to take anybody's life. We are law-abiding. All we will do is restrict the movement of foodstuff, so that we'll repeat the same message. We want to send the same message that we sent in the past to the same people, to tell them that we are law-abiding, we will not destroy, we will not maim, we will not kill, but we will restrict what God has given to us from going to your side, so that to let you know that we are angry. That we are going to do only to express anger, to express displeasure, express our dishappiness over what is happening to our people that are resident in the southern or the entire 17 southern states. For the threats about, for anybody to threaten a president or a governor, he knows he's a joker. Those ones are jokers. As far as we are concerned, they are jokers, and their threat is null, void, and of no effect, because they themselves know that it can't happen. It's impossible. It is entirely impossible. So we don't even need to comment on that. But on the security situation, we know too well. You can see how in the last 3, 4, 5 days, how the Nigerian Armed Forces have been up and doing, how the Nigerian Armed Forces is going, following these people to their trenches, to their holes.
Analyzing this, Abigail, what's your reaction over the army security in Benue State?
I feel, in as much as everybody wants peace, there should be some kind of help or support that will make some people feel so comfortable that yes, they can move freely without fear, without thinking it twice to even go outside because of being scared of what's going to happen next. So I feel they should really put some things into consideration if there's going to be help, or state policing should be advisable to Benue State.
Okay, thank you, Abigail. And Aminat, I want us to analyze this as in Nigerians should know the right from the left. Because to me, I won't say it's a bad thing. You understand? But just clarify one thing. Is it a bad thing for a state governor to watch over his own people by giving them one or two things to shield themselves. What do you think about it?
A lot has been happening, most especially Benue and some of the states. If you remember, the killings that are happening in Benue is something else. No year, no time that any crisis that will happen, you'll not hear it around Benue State. Who are those people doing those kind of killings there? Are they the people from the states? Are they people coming in from other states to the states to kill the people in the states? Nobody wants any intruder to come and kill or maybe hurt anybody that is his. Even you as a man, head of a family, if somebody will come in to hurt your family, you will try everything possible to protect them. So for me, what Benue State governor did is something that maybe he's just trying to protect his people from the insecurity and killings crisis that has been happening, because anything that happen in a place, there must be an informant.
Yeah.
There must be an insider.
Yes.
And any information that goes around in a community, an insider will know before an outsider. Anything that is going on. So for him, I feel like why he did that, information will go around faster for them that know their surrounding, know people around them, know people that are coming in and out of the states. Because once he feels like maybe creating those securities, they will try to protect the people. You find out that maybe a crisis is happening before maybe security personnel will get there. It's all over. But at least, do you know something, Babatunde? This vigilante, Mbanga, where did they start from? They start from all this group security now.
Definitely.
They started like that. And where are they now? They're assisting the government. So why is the government not encouraging all this security policing and the rest? It will help us. Nigerian economy is down. The security needs to be managed. So I felt it's a good way for us to manage the security. So for me, what he did is something that we should commend him and give him support him, so that the crisis over there will reduce.
Okay, now let's view it in another way. Now, giving arms to his people to protect them from insecurity, don't you think they can use it for another purpose, like robbery, for instance?
Babatunde, anything that will be overwatched, anything that will be watched by maybe a governor or a head, he'll try to protect his interests, the interests of his people. He will not allow anybody to draw him into the mud. Sure, you understand, Babatunde?
Yeah.
He will not allow them to do that. You see now, the Fulanis they're already afraid, because nobody knows who is coming in. So, are we saying, are they the Fulanis? The Fulanis are alleged that they carry guns around. If they are not the ones, then who is it? So with this state police, this security that he created for his state, we will know who actually is coming into the states to create mayhem in his state.
I mean, to add to that, since they say Fulani headsmen are responsible, right? Giving them the guns to help secure or for security to be, to be increased in the community. I mean, if they're giving the guns and others to help them, they're really going to know if they're going to use it or not. I mean, if you give somebody something, you expect good results in return. So let's say, yeah, he should really, the government should really approve that, and let's see how good they can really help with that. If they're not making any good efforts, then they can withdraw all those things that they give out.
And again, Babatunde, in terms of maybe them using it for robbery, government can also come in to checkmate all that.
Definitely.
If those arms will be given to them,
Yeah.
government can maybe regulate it. There is a way that government will come in. They cannot use that to do that. Do you know that, Babatunde, if somebody use another gun to shoot somebody elsewhere, government will dictate where the bullet is coming from?
Definitely.
So I feel like if government wants to do their work, or to support the governor to bring peace to his state, they should just try to put hands together, understand his view, understand where he's going to, and then make things work and bring peace to Nigeria and the state as well.
Thank you, Aminat. Abigail, now the Northerners are claiming that their people are not well being treated in the South, and they will stop any food item going to South. Does that, what's your reaction on that?
I mean, the South also farm. But then, yeah, the Northerners feel they will. Yeah, I'm not really going to drag that with them. But on the other hand, let's see it from this angle. If I come to your house today, you treat me bad, and I bring food along, tomorrow I come, the same thing happens, there's every possibility that I'll stop.
Yeah.
Then if I stop, you try to inquire why I stopped. And if you're ready for me to continue bringing that food to your house, and I won't be treated badly, then I think I should continue.
Babatunde, let me add to what she said. Will you be treated bad if you are not bringing any harm to me?
No?
So why would they be thinking maybe if they bring something they'll treat them? Except
It has happened before.
bringing something in, they are bringing that with other items or other
Exactly.
motives. But as long as you are bringing something just because we are one Nigerian, because if you say you are going to stop bringing something to me, definitely you are gaining something from me.
Definitely.
Even if it is water. That's what unites us. So one should not feel just because I'm a Hausa, I'm from the north, I bring all the food and the rest. Definitely there is something you are getting from me.
Yeah.
You will not tell me, okay, what about the money? There are other things that are coming from other states. If you're bringing food, there are source of livelihood that you don't have there, that they have there. So that threat for me is, it shouldn't come up for now. We should just try to bring peace to our country.
And if you should look at it, do you know that most of all these things, like hospitality, the Southerns has hospitality than the Northerns, because killing of other tribes happens in the north. A student was killed in Sokoto and was burnt. After killing her, they still burn her. They still come out to protest, burning other people's shops. So to me, as a person, I will only urge the government to tackle every sort of insecurity. Aminat, what's your take on this hospitality that they allege that the Northerns are not, that the Southerns are not giving the Northerners in Southwest or in South generally?
Babatunde, if someone doesn't want you, or if just because there is freedom of movement, does that mean that everybody should just pack his property to your house? It's not that he's coming there for business, coming there for anything. He'll be a liability to you. Him being a liability to you will cause problem to your own household. If it's okay for everybody to stay in his or her own state, why can't you stay in your state? Why the recent migration? Even if you're migrating, why with little arms, charms, and the rest? What are they for? Is there any other thing that they are doing there that no one is yet to account for them? Babatunde, let me tell you something. Do you know that even animals that we take from state to state are very dangerous to us? Because animals, when you take animals to other states for people to consume, you don't test them. You don't test the kind of sickness they have, how they are being fed. Don't you think it's very harmful to us?
Very hazardous.
Talk less of humans that can think properly. So for me, this is very alarming. Migration for me, I don't think is a good one.
And
trucks that are meant to carry goods, you see, packing people, young and old. What are you going there to do? Do you know that Hausa is the most populous language?
Okay.
So many people from other country understand Hausa. So a Hausa man can go to maybe any state and tell you he's a Hausa man. Meanwhile, he's not from Nigeria. Cause problem. When he's done, he will go back to his country. What will you call him? A Hausa man. Meanwhile, he's not a Hausa man from your state. So why the migration? All this needs to be checkmates. If really we want to talk about security. So that's my take, Babatunde.
Abigail, what's your advice to government over this unnecessary migration? And how do you think government can tackle this?
I feel, less for me, I feel they should just make sure they check everybody and everything to make sure there's no illegality from any source. Everybody should just be treated equal, irrespective of tribe or religion. So I feel we're practicing love, right, and
Yes.
peace in the country. So everybody should be treated as one.
As
For
one,
me, yes.
where one is not treated well, and you expect that person to be treated in another place. Come, let's look at it now.
You're right, but honestly, I don't know what to do anymore. So let's just leave it to them to do what they know how to do best.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. This is the end of this week review. See you next week on another edition. My name is Atonda Babatunde Sulaiman.
I'm Abigail Bala.
And I'm Amina Ibrahim.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, GTV Africa, and on Facebook, GTV African Services. See you next week.